Okay. Hi, my
Okay.
dear learners. Today we are here back again with another discussion session, and we will be discussing about 13 tips through which you will be fluent. Now, Seema, most of the times many learners are having this question that how can we be fluent? Is this our cup of tea? Can we really be fluent? I am following so many tips and tricks. Still, I'm not getting that fluency. Have you ever questioned yourself, my dear learners, that are you really following the right strategy? Are you really following the right tips and tricks? Or you are just getting confused? So today, our main agenda behind having this session is that me and tutor Seema will be sharing some tips and tricks through which you can master your fluency. So let's proceed. Before that, please tell me, Seema, what's your opinion about today's session?
It's a fantastic topic, ma'am, that we have picked today because in teaching journey also I have met many learners who always raise this question that how can we be fluent.
Mhm.
So I hope this session will help and solve the queries of such learners. So I'm excited to have this session.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for your insights, Tutor Seema. So, first tip that I want to share from my side is you always have to start speaking. There are different things you can follow. Like you can read a book, you can listen to others' conversation video, but as long as you do not start speaking by yourself, you will not see the change. Right, Seema? Every day, if we think that, okay, others are speaking in English so properly, I will be just listening and then I will be fluent. That's not sufficient because you also have to start speaking and you need to accept the mistakes which you are making in the process. Because even native speakers make a lot of mistakes, right? No one is perfect. So, definitely, I would give this tip to all of you, that is to start speaking. Even though you are making mistakes, make sure you accept it because making mistakes, it's not a big deal. You will be corrected on the basis of your mistakes, then only you can learn the other things, right? What do you think about this tip, Seema?
I absolutely agree with you, ma'am, because like when we listen to someone read something, so here we are learning, but it is called passive learning. As
Mhm.
long as we don't open our mouth and speak, so how will we able to communicate with people? Because it's all about that you want to speak this language. For that, we need to open our mouth. So as long as you don't speak, you will not be able to communicate in this language. And the mistakes we make, these mistakes are essential part of learning this language. So if you are making mistakes, that's completely fine. It's a part of learning. Whatever you learn through mistakes. So accept them and just carry on. I also follow this tip and I always recommend my learners that whenever you make mistakes, don't feel disappointed. Don't feel that I am not good enough.
Yes,
Just accept it and go ahead.
definitely. I totally agree with you, Seema, because most of the times we are just saying that I don't know how to speak. I don't know what to do. Negatively, we think everything. We are so pessimistic about
Yeah.
our capabilities, right? So I think it's really very important to move on by accepting your mistake. What is your tip,
Yeah.
Seema? What would you like to share with our learners?
Here, I would like to share one point that we always talk about that, there are four parts that we need to work on. LSWR. Here,
Mhm.
I want to go one layer deeper that we need to set a positive mindset because
Right.
it's a journey, it's a language learning journey. It might take time, and in this journey you might feel, sometimes you feel very high that you are getting whatever you are listening and reading, and
Right.
sometimes you will not be able to put yourself across. So at that time you need to navigate yourself in positive way. Only in that case you will be able to go long, and you will be able to make your journey smooth if you have a positive mindset.
Correct.
So what's your take on this?
Absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree with you, Seema, because whatever you have shared, that's really a very, very important thing. The thing that you have said about the four aspects and whatever tip you have shared, I agree with you because most of the times people they are often comparing themselves with others. That it
Yeah,
worked for them, it will work for me also. But we are different from each other, right? We are different from each other, and we have to understand that every one of us have our own way of improving. So I totally agree with you, Seema.
yes,
I want to share one more tip from my side, which is my second tip for today. That is, you can also practice role play. Role play, or let me
yeah,
explain it in a very simple language, speaking in different contexts or in different circumstances. For example, you can think that today I am stuck in traffic. Someone is calling me up. How will you answer to them? What reason you will give them in English? That I'm so sorry, actually I was stuck at traffic, so I could not reach out to you. So like that, they can practice some practical situations. Like for example, when you are stuck at traffic, when you are late for your work, what will you do? What will you say in English? When someone is angry with you, how will you tell? How will you speak with them in English, right? So all these things you can practice because in practical life, see might happen that we are facing a lot of circumstances. We might be, not having some good relation with our friends because of some conflicts. So at that time, how can we talk with them in English? That is more practical. Secondly, if you have to approach someone, how will you approach them in English? So everything, if you take it as a play, if you take it as a sport, it will be easier for you because don't take it as only a language. Take it as a game, something that you are
yeah.
playing, then it will be more interesting for you. What is your opinion, Sima?
Yes, it is really very a practical activity that learners can do, and it is not boring because when we are doing activities, these activities are quite engaging and
Right.
captivating. We feel that okay, we are not like sitting in a boring class and just translating sentences or like mugging up the grammar rules. So
Yes.
this is very practical tip. Here if you allow me, I would like to add one more point.
Sure.
Yeah. So here that I would also like to introduce one more activity that if you are not good at asking questions, because what I have seen that learners they are good at speaking, but when it comes to asking questions in English, they sometimes get stuck.
Yes.
They feel frozen. So here what you can do, you can just speak one line. Like yesterday I went to attend a birthday party. So now you can make as many questions as you can. Like whose birthday party it was and what did you eat? Who
Mhm.
all did you meet over there? So such questions, like if you stuck with asking questions, so these activities will help you to improve and this will speed up your growth. So that is the tips from my side.
Absolutely, Seema. I totally agree with you, whatever tip you have shared, because I also feel the same. When we are speaking with someone, we feel that it is a lot more easier rather than asking questions to them, interrogative sentences. Like,
Yes,
how are you? Where did you go? How was your experience? Most of the times we are confused with when to use how, when to use when to use where. All these things we are confused. So yes, they can also
yeah,
start with asking questions to each other. That's a very good thing you have shared, Seema. So I feel that today's session conversation will be very much useful for our fellow learners because we have discussed something very practical. It's not something which we
yeah,
do not face every day. We face this every day. If you have to ask some questions in an interview, how can you ask them? Of course, in English. It's a plus point for your
yeah,
personality, right? So right
yes,
now also you might have noticed I am asking you questions, you are answering. You are asking me questions, I am answering. How is that possible? Because of the English language, I think. What is your opinion?
yeah, yes. And here I want to tell you one thing that we live in India and here we have plenty languages, so we don't need
Right.
to communicate in this language. So
Absolutely.
what happens to succeed in life? We need English. So that's the irony, that we need English to succeed in life, but we have no environment.
Right,
So
right.
that's the thing that we need to learn. It is I can say that to get growth in our career, we need to learn this language. So we should keep it very simple and very like effortlessly, that we can speak this language.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because everything, if you take it as an game, definitely you will be
Yeah.
able to get that trust out of it, that it is very interesting. Don't take it as something which you have to do forcibly. Because Seema, I personally love this language. Whenever I am speaking with someone, I always take it as something as a source of entertainment. That okay, I'm talking with you, I get to know a lot of things. And I'm speaking in English, I'm learning many things also from you. You are also learning many things from me in this conversation. So it's
Yeah.
always important to have conversation with people in English so that you can learn a lot of things. Other than that, I think Seema, today's session, whatever we discussed, it would be more than enough for our fellow learners. And in the upcoming
Yes.
sessions, we'll bring more brain wrecking tips for them, which would be helpful. So I would say thank you so much, Tutor Seema. It was really an interactive session. And I also want to thank our learners. May this video reach you, whoever is in need to master this fluency. So thank you so much and take care. See you.